What's up, everybody? I'm so glad that you're with me today, even though you're actually just living in my camera. Anyway, let's talk credit. We're talking about easy, quick ways to get a great credit score. First off, what is credit? Well, according to Webster, credit is the provision of money, goods, or services with the expectation of future payment. It's basically your allowance from somebody like a bank or a credit union when you get a loan or a credit card. And a credit score is a measure of how likely it is that you're actually going to pay back the money that you owe them. What's the key to great credit? Basically, it comes to knowing what actually makes up your credit score. So normally we have 3 main points in all our videos, but this video we're going to have 4 points. So get ready. Here's 4 great tips to building your credit super fast. Number 1, make your payments on time. It's that simple. You have a due date on your loan payments, just make sure that you're making your payments on time. There are services like bill pay and ACH transactions that allow you to have your money automatically drafted out of your account. Call your bank or credit union and ask them how you can make your bill payments automatic so that you never miss one. Or take a look at their app. Payment history accounts for 35% of your credit score, so that'll help a bunch. Alright, so your on-time payment score is based on the ratio between the payments that you make on time versus your total payments. So having more payments altogether can help you boost your credit score. Think about it. If you had 10 payments altogether and one of them was late, then that's 10% of your payments that were late. Versus if you had 100 payments altogether and you missed one, that same payment, then that's only 1% of all your total payments, and it actually doesn't look so bad. But make sure you be careful and watch the rest of this video before you go like opening more loans and credit cards, because there's more to the story. Number 2, pursuing new credit. The downside to opening new credit cards or loans is that you have to apply for them. If you apply to a bunch of loans or credit cards in a short period of time, that doesn't look so good either. Pro tip, do your research first before applying for a bunch of loans or credit cards and figure out which one you actually want. And there's all sorts and sizes, especially with credit cards. Sometimes they'll have like credit builder cards. You can look for those, or maybe a secured credit card if you're trying to build your credit. Look for that kind of advertisement. Or look for a small loan, say of maybe $500. That can be another great way to really boost your credit, and it's more likely that you'll actually get approved. Now, then pick 1 or 2 loans, whether it be a credit card or just a personal loan, and apply for just one at a time, and wait at least 6 months before applying for another one. Number 3, credit mix. The third tip is to make sure that you have a good mix of ways you're borrowing money. Just like your trail mix probably has some nuts, some fruit, and if you're lucky, some M&Ms, you want your credit mix to look similar. You know, maybe a personal loan, an auto loan, a mortgage, sprinkle in a credit card or 2. Pro tip, yes, you want a great mix of credit, but it will take time to build up. So if you just opened a loan or a credit card or a mortgage, then take some time before you take the next step and add an additional piece to your credit mix. But if you don't already have a whole lot of credit, or maybe it's been a while since you've opened a loan, then go ahead and open a credit card or a small loan to help you boost your credit mix. Number 4, outstanding debt. Okay, so this is probably the best kept secret in the world of credit. Did you know that credit bureaus look at the ratio between your overall credit and your overall balance? This applies mostly to credit cards or revolving credit. But let's say you had 2 credit cards and they each had a credit limit of $1,000. That means you have $2,000 of credit to use up between the 2 of them. If you maxed out both of those cards and carried a balance of $2,000, even if you made all of your payments on time every single month and didn't miss a single one, you would still be hurting your credit. I know, it's like they hate us and they're trying to make our lives difficult. The trick is to keep your overall balance below 30% of your credit limit. Another pro tip, look at your credit card more like a debit card and pay it off often. So maybe once a week, maybe even daily, to make sure that you're keeping up with all of your purchases. This way, you're never going to get above that 30% threshold and you're always going to stay below that. I know this may seem terrible off the bat, and it is going to be a little bit difficult maybe at the front end of things, but in the long run, it's totally going to be worth your while. Because as your credit score starts to increase, credit card companies, banks, credit unions, they're going to start raising your credit limits, often automatically without you even having to do anything. And you're going to start getting credit card offers in the mail all the time, the higher that your credit score is. I think at one given time, I had somewhere around $20,000 to $30,000 of available credit between all of my credit cards. And I've never applied for more credit on a credit card once. And I don't think I've ever had a balance over $2,000. Bonus number 5, credit history length. Okay, I'm doing this one as a bonus, not to be obnoxious, but because it's really not fast any way you slice it, but it's a great thing to know about credit, and it can actually damage your credit score in an instant if you don't do it. It sounds kind of like a riddle. Anywho, the longer your credit history, the better, and if you close a line of credit, like a credit card, that card doesn't count towards your history length anymore. And another pro tip, keep your oldest card around for the rest of your life if you can. Now don't get me wrong, you don't have to use this card all the time. You can chop it up if you want to, but you want to make sure that you don't call your bank or credit union or credit card company and tell them to actually close your line of credit. But do be careful, because some banks will actually automatically close your card if you haven't been using it for a while. So with certain cards, you are going to want to make sure that you're continuing to use the card. Alright, the very last bonus pro tip to sum up all the pro tips if you want to boost your credit really quickly. This is the best advice that I can give to help you boost your credit in little time. Number 1, do your research to find a credit card that works well for you. Then, use that credit card for one purchase a month and pay it off before the due date. Maybe a small monthly subscription that won't make a huge impact on your account, like Netflix, Spotify, or Amazon. Then, set the card up for auto pay so you don't have to remember it and never miss a payment, preferably shortly after you get paid so the money is always there. Number 4, wait at least 6 months before applying for more credit or another loan. And last, keep this card open always. Even if you don't use it at some point in the future, there is rarely a good reason to close your card, especially if it's your first one. I hope that you guys found this video helpful, and I hope that you liked it. I hope that you actually liked it. Down with that like button just below the screen. See you guys next time.